Right, welcome to that synth show. We're back. We had a little week of driving the synth car, lots of episodes, lots of content coming up. But today I want to talk about the Behringer UB-Xa, and we got some updated sounds from December, baby, and we're going to get right into it. We're also going to look at Behringer's most recent Facebook post and check out some of their R&D. So let's go with that synth show. All right, it's the weekend again. So what we got going on here, maybe I was scrolling the internet looking because I don't know about you, but I'm super excited for the UBXa. And I found some recent video updates about some new sounds coming from Behringer. So we're going to check that out. But look at this thing, man. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't that thing beautiful? And it's here and it's coming. And I got some updates on when it might be dropping. And I also got an update on the price point that this thing might be coming at. But before we get into that, let's check out some of the specs on this thing so we know what we're getting excited about. And then we're going to check out some sounds. So right here, we got the analog polyphonic synthesizer, authentic reproduction of the OBXa. It's got vintage mode, allows 8 synthesizer signatures, including the OBXa and OB8. We got 16 voices with 2 VCOs per voice and oscillator sync. It's multi-timbral, allows you to split and layer. The VCO is VCF based on the reproduction of the original with the 3340 and the 3320 semiconductor designs. Both VCOs generate sawtooth, triangle, square waveforms with variable pulse width. Dual slope, 1224 dB analog low pass filter per voice with adjustable resonance. 61 weighted keys. Now we'll have to see if these keys are as good as what they sound, but semi-weighted keys, I'm sure it's just like all the rest of them. Flexible 8-channel modulation matrix. Dual layer arpeggiator and sequencer. That's huge. Dual layer arpeggiator and sequencer. So I mean, you can imagine the sounds, and we're going to check some out soon. Velocity aftertouch, polyphonic aftertouch, 2 dedicated LFOs with 7 waveform shapes, 2 ADSR generators per voice. Wow. 26 rotary controls, assignable presets. We got 512 user program memories with compare and match feature to quickly match all analog controls. Cool. And obviously we got the MIDI polyphonic expression, MPE, for multi-dimensional controllers. So that's it. That's what we got to get excited about. And I think, just like you guys, I'm looking at getting the desktop. The keyboard's a little bit too big for me for my studio, but the desktop, and I got a little birdie telling me, who's got some sources on the ground saying that Behringer desktop, UBXa desktop, is going to come in at $899. Maybe. It's looking at the same price as what the DeepMind desktop came in at. And we just had them drop the UBXa coming in at the wicked price of $1299. So, but let's get right over. Let's jump over here. Okay, we got the Synth King. Now, if you don't know the Synth King site, he was one of the beta testers for the original product. He's got lots of reviews, tons of cool videos. Go check him out. I'm subscribed to him, obviously, because I love subscribing to all these guys because they're geniuses and amazing. So if we go over here, he just dropped, I think this was on December 7th, the Behringer UBXa Synth King Producer Pack, 1 of 2. All right, let's just read the blurb real quick. I was honored to be a part of the beta tester team for Behringer UBXa. So this guy, beta tester, and I think he's developing a lot of the presets that are going to go into the synth. We did a lot of measurements, analyzed filter sweeps, studied the schematics, tested countless firmware updates, suggested additional features and improvement, and designed our first own sounds, and finally made music with this great instrument. This particular unit is pre-production, but it's for the latest firmware. Quite a lot of my sounds will be included in the factory library. So we're going to check out Synth King, and you're going to get an idea of what kind of factory sounds you get to pick up when this thing comes in. So let's check it out. Man, I love the Synth King. Bernard, producer presets. Now I listened to this and this blew my mind. It made me actually say I'm getting it. Put on the headphones. Brings a tear to my eye. Makes me want to go down and dance with my lady. All right, so that actually, when I heard that one, that sold me. I was like, I'm getting the desktop. I don't need it, but I want it. And if you checked out my synth car episode from yesterday, I'm taking gas to a whole nother level. I'm looking at it completely different now. Now, I don't have the money to be a gas hound, but I'm going to let my gas feel a little more positive. This is the first preset.
Look, cotton socks are terrible.
So that's the first preset, and obviously I've got to buy YouTube Premium so I can get these ads off the screen. So what I'm trying to say is this thing here, if you don't know, you got to get it. You got to buy it. I think you, and I guess you want to call me the unofficial Behringer hype man. I'm the Behringer hype man. I will forever be the Behringer hype man. Let's check out another preset now the ads are over. Man, look at the wooden end cheeks. Like, okay, Behringer, you really knocked it out of the park here. That's a thick pad. Wow, so you kidding me? That's called Big Sweeper. Let's check out Belly World. So if you're like me, this is ear candy. And this, like you said, this is pre-production. Latest firmware update. It sounds like it's got the polyphonic aftertouch in there to me. I don't know what you guys think. And it also sounds absolutely huge. Let's check out the next one. Next one's called Big Sweeper. Huge. Let's check out one more, and then you guys can go check out Synth King's video on your own, because I don't want to play it all. I just want to highlight it and send you guys over to his channel. So this next one's called Synth King OBXa. In the making, baby. 6 years in the making. Worth every second. Wow, okay. So go check out the producer pack. Look, I can scrum along here. He's got so many. This is a 17-minute video. So that's just a highlight. Synth King, if you're watching, thank you for making this. We really appreciate it. You being a part of the beta tester team and showing the sounds that you've created on this thing, man. I can't help but get excited for it, and I think everybody's getting excited for it. So let's jump over here now. I'm going to throw, like I said, I'm going to throw that down to comments, like, or bam. Now, if we jump over here, we got another cat called Synth Legends. Now, his video's a little bit older, but I just wanted to show you. If you just wanted to hear sounds, thanks for tuning in. You can take off. If you're more interested in sticking around for a little bit, we'll watch this one. So this guy, Synth Legends, also a member of the beta test team. Let's read the blurb. As a member of the beta testing team, I reprogrammed all 104 legendary factory presets on the UBXa. I shot this video May 2022. This UBXa is one of the last revisions. There were some improvements in this video. We were not finished with the firmware. Based on our experience with sound design, we've incorporated a few improvements. Okay. The numerous parameters and the 8 mods made this possible. I made this video primarily to check my results due to the high demand for comparisons. So this is cool. High demand for comparisons. We're going to check it out. You're going to get a look at it. And no effects on this thing at all. This is a, let's just check it out. Enough of me talking. UBXa sounds better. Yeah, UBXa sound. What do you think so far? I mean, come on. This one will be interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm wondering if the UBXa doesn't have the stereo pan effect on this when he particularly had this one done, because I could hear it in Synth King's. Okay, a little snappier. All right, so I'm going to throw this down in the comments. You guys go check it out. Check out his video, Synth Legends. Again, this is two of the guys that were instrumental in the production of these two synthesizers. Both of these dropped December 7th on that one, and Synth King dropped it. So they both dropped on December 7th. So this is very, very cool. Super exciting. Let's get our summertime music going. Yeah, so super exciting. I'm excited. You're excited. The UBXa is coming, and I think if I can pick that for $8.99, I'm going to start saving up now, get my pre-order in at Sweetwater. I've been a little slack, but I got to call my rep and tell him to hold me one of those desktop versions. So go check out these two guys. We got the Synth King's epic video. We got the Synth Legends comparison. Both awesome. I got to like this one. Well, bam, like. Already subscribed, obviously. So let's go check out Behringer's recent Facebook post real quick. So we come over here. Behringer, 634,000 followers. Amazing. If you guys post, so I don't got Facebook or anything, so post some of the Samurai's videos over there, will you? All right, so let's see. We got the beautiful prototype, the oscilloscopes, we got everything. Let's check out what they're saying. Fabian Potter is one of our UBXa beta testers, and he shares with us his experience. The Behringer UBXa development and some of my favorite features. While some are excitingly waiting the UBXa to arrive, I thought I'd share a bit of background story to the design and some of my favorite features that might be interesting you. Well, let's hear it, Fabian. The UBXa project started about 6 years ago, and 3 years in, we received the first few engineering prototypes for testing and firmware development. There have been a few more hardware revisions until the final release that we've thoroughly tested while fine-tuning the firmware. Mike did a great job here together with the many testers, Synth Legends, Synth King, and the rest of the Behringer team. We use both the original OBXa and OB8 as a reference. The UBXa is based on the OBXa, but has many advancements, including page 2 based of the OB8, hence also including OB8 for the project. With the many measurements taken from several of our OBXAs and OB8s, we noticed a much tighter tolerance with the OB8 versus the OBXa. which you can hear in the atrophy profile selected in the UBXa. Imagine the atrophy as a level of calibration and degradation of your vintage instrument over decades. While all OB-8s measurements were very similar from one to the next, the results from the OBXa on hand were more spread apart. For those owning the original instrument and like to compare the UBXa, the measurements of the OB-8 atrophy will give you spot-on waveforms. So this is cool. Let's jump down. We don't want to read it all. Now to some of the favorite features. The new design polyphonic aftertouch keybed is definitely top of the list. If you guys haven't played a polyphonic aftertouch keybed, get to a music shop and play it. I never played one until I had the Hydrasynth Deluxe, and it's kind of weird going back to a regular keyboard because you got so much modulation at your fingertips just with some pressure. It just blows your mind, especially when it's polyphonic, when you can push different keys different times and create modulation. It's crazy, man. And I don't know anything, but I'm just telling you, just from the vibe I get from it, it feels amazing. Anyway, what else we got? Unison mode. You can use 1 to 8 or all 16, as mentioned earlier. The atrophy profiles where the UBXa can sound and respond like the original OBXa, OB8, of decades of degraded circuitry. And then there's the sound. You'll just have to wait and see for yourself. So I just showed you the sound. So that's Behringer's design. What else are they updating us here today? We got a firmware update in the JT4000. I covered that in that Synth Car live stream the other day. Let's check it out for all those who missed it. They added massive new features, a hold mode. Enjoy extended control. They got sustain pedal support added. They got an ARP key mode selection. They expanded the CC changes for filter, all 2 waveforms and LFO destination, program changes, and then auto chord function. So upgrade, look at this, man. They released this little tiny thing and they're doing firmware updates right off the bat. Like I said, Teenage Engineering puts out a broken product, says nothing. Behringer puts out a Mini that works great, and people give suggestions and they've upgraded already. So that's awesome. What are we coming up on? 17 minutes. Let's go 3 more minutes because I wanted to show you this. So this is a Behringer video from 5 years ago inside the MIDAS R&D for UBXa development. Let's check this out real quick. 3 minutes.
Hi, this is Pete and Rob from MIDAS R&D.
What's up, Pete and Rob?
We're going to have a look inside an upcoming project we've got, the UBXa, which of course
Episode
is based
1.
on the legendary OBXa. So let's take a look inside. We've got some circuit diagrams. Let's have a look.
Yeah. So what we're thinking about
for those
this
of you
project,
stuck around, we're getting into the nitty gritty here.
A slightly different approach than we did for DeepMind and the 106. We see the general feeling is we want to try and keep this as close as we can to the original. So let's have a quick tour around the inside.
Let's have a look.
We've got obviously
Voice
4
twins or what?
Cards here, 4 underneath.
Wait a minute.
CPU and control.
Did Behringer clone their designer? They might have stopped cloning synthesizers and actually cloned their designers. Maybe Behringer's running a clone factory of humans. Look at this.
Control boards over here at the surface. And as you can see on the voice boards, there's a lot of trimmers. So one of the things we want to look at doing from an engineering point of view is to try and remove those using a high resolution DACs. But obviously one of the appeal of the original unit is the fact that it's kind of warm, it's slightly out of tune. So what we're thinking is to expose that to the user, give them control over the
this thing
trimmers,
is so awesome.
So they can adjust in however much detune they like. The classic sound of this synth, personally I think is largely attributable to the 2-pole filter and also the 4-pole, but particularly the 2-pole. It's got a really nice resonance, picks out the harmonics beautifully. So for me it's about making sure we get exactly the same architecture. Obviously we have these chips remade now, so we can...
Yeah, well we have the 40, the 20. Oh, there's a debate over the 20, the 10 and the 80 as well, which is kind of interesting.
So this is cool. So it's awesome that Behringer, this is from 5 years ago, so that, like I was saying earlier, they're bringing us on this ride and telling a story. And I think, like Moog, if you're listening right now, people are loving the Mariana, and just bring us along for the ride. Get some social media updates. They don't have to be long. 3-minute. This is a 3-minute video, and in this day and age, 3 minutes is an hour. And you guys might sit through 20 minutes of Synth Samurai, and I thank you for that.
Yeah.
So some R&D work will be required there, I think.
Yeah, we need to make sure with the VCA in particular that you know we're not changing the sound in any way. The envelopes, currently thinking we can do those in software as long as we update the control voltages fast enough. That should be completely transparent. So yeah, really what we want to do is kind of open up the development process a little bit and get some feedback from users early on. So in terms of changes, if I get the panel. In terms of changes to the interface, we were thinking the bank switches, maybe change those kind of multi-select switches into a
good idea.
Up and down bank, so you can access all the banks easily and keep the 8.
So what's cool here is this is kind of like what I was getting at earlier, is that this is the UBXa, the Uli Behringer XA is their own synthesizer. It's a clone, but it's really Behringer's own synth. It's got way more going on than this one here.
Programs. I think one of the common mods is to replace the noise switch with a pot. So I think we'd look at doing that. I was also thinking some way of matching up controls with some kind of up-down LED indicator might be useful, because there's
more
no
lights,
way of lining up
the better.
controls that I can tell.
MIDI.
Yeah,
MIDI for sure.
Yeah. No small change there. So yeah, that's what we're trying to keep it as much as as close as we can.
Very cool, boys. I'm digging it. I'm also digging the fact that you two are clones. Something's going on.
I don't want to go too mad with the features, so just looking to get feedback really.
Yeah, keep it authentic, but of course there's always that fine balance. I mean, a cassette player is authentic, but of no use whatsoever in
cool. Love
in
Behringer.
the modern world. So yeah, it's a very interesting project because
man, these guys
balance, and especially you mentioned the trimmers before, getting that warmth and the out of tuneness or the detuning is all key. So.
Yeah, it's all part of the sound and feel of it for sure.
Yeah, so we need people to let us know. What do you think? Do you disagree with everything we've just said, or some of it, or none of it? So post your comments below on the video.
Awesome.
And hopefully we might answer some questions as well next time. Post some questions as well.
All right, fellas.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, like I was saying, that's awesome. Behringer taking us for a ride. 6 years in the making. That's 5 years ago. Episode 1. Maybe we'll play another episode later. But that's super exciting. You can't get no more exciting than Behringer. Let's jump back over and look at our beautiful thing real quick. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. That's that synth show today. I want to do a little longer one for you because we haven't done one in a bit. If you haven't been checking out, I've been doing the synth car episodes. I'm trying to get some content in on the way to work with some breaking news. And I've also decided to do some synth streams, where I'm driving at home and we're doing a little chat with the samurais, talking about what's going on. And also, you might want to check out my t-shirt shop. So I got a little t-shirt shop I started up here. Come check it out. We got lots of cool stuff going on. We got the Synth Samurai Edition t-shirt. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I gotta say that, I always forget. We got that Synth Show t-shirt, which is awesome. I just bought that one the other day for myself. We got this is the biggest seller so far. The Big Synth. All right, we got it in black, we got it in red, we got it in blue. But the cool part about this, when Bigfoot steals your synth, he also walks off with it. You know what I mean? So that's super cool. Love it. So anyways, yeah, check out the t-shirt shop. We got some mugs, we got some synthesizers, or not synthesizers, we got some coffee cups, we got Synth Life. I need more space for my synths. We got some synth astronauts. We got this big one here, Sonic Ninja, which is an epic t-shirt. Okay? That one's got the sleeves, it's got a back version, it's got it all. So that's cool. Go check it out. We got that in some different colors. Anyways, that's that synth show for today. Thank you for joining me. Check out Synth Car on the weekends or the weekdays. Check out the live stream, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. That's Synth Show.